to allow her energy to, you know, coincide with mine, I started traveling again. So my question to you is, from this point forward, what do you recommend that I do?
Well, number one, you have to go to the root of it. What I do is I don't see people physically anymore.
Right.
So how I used to handle mine was based on physical jurisdiction, but you have to go into yourself because certain people that you meet are not really there for you. They can be agents sent here to keep an eye on you from other realms. Again, when you first born, that's not your first time you ever been alive.
Right.
You still existed, and you probably knew her from a past life. Was she your enemy in a past life? Just because she had a child by you here, she could have came here to kind of lock you down by putting you in her womb again. So remember, when she was impregnated by you, she was impregnated with your energy. So how she was thinking while you was in the womb, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is how she controlled you. So you can't look at it from the perspective of what can you do. You have to go by laws of attraction, the laws of nature, which is okay. The Bible say what? Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. And now you can go into the Bible, but when you see it from a metaphysical standpoint, it's correct. It's all in how you look at it, though. So sometimes you might get into a relationship with enemies. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And she can be hoarding. If she get into a car accident right now and leave, she might leave with her to go back to do something to you in a higher realm. And then next thing you know, after the accident, you done had a stroke. Why is that? Because she was carrying your energy for 9 months. The number 9 is the number of completion.
Right.
So when she give birth to your child, she still got you in her. She don't give birth to your whole nation, or what we call a nation, or what I call a constellation or consternation. You are still in her womb. So how she feel about you now will affect you. You have to cut that spiritual umbilical cord with her. And it's hard to say. People might say, well, that's cold-hearted. You might have to step back and leave her alone.
Well, that's where I'm at now. You know, like, other than dealing with my son. I get my son every other weekend. I travel all the way to Pennsylvania every other weekend, you know. But when it comes to communicating with her, I really try to cut that short. You know, it's not I try, I do cut it short. You know, because I know, you know, just from things that you're saying as far as that spiritual connection, you know, like I know I need to cut that. But my son is 5 years old, so I got a ways to go before.
Well, let me give you a solution.
Right.
Because I can sit here and talk all day,
Right.
but people don't give solutions. And this might sound crazy, but this is
No.
something that I go by way of connections and roots. People talk about the tree, but they don't understand that the tree got a root.
Exactly.
So, not with another significant other, you might want to try to get some sperm out. And while you get your sperm out, she should be what's on your mind, your son's mother. Put it in the cup, right? Bottle it up. When you bottle it up, write a letter. Put a letter in that bottle of what you want done. Break the connection with her spiritually, because you still have a connection with her, okay? Put it on an altar with her picture. I don't know if you can go on Facebook to get her picture or whatever, but put it on the altar with her picture for 7 days. After those 7 days, put it inside of a black bag, tied with white string, 2 pieces of white string. Go to a secluded area. Once you go to a secluded area, throw the bag and don't turn back around. It's a black bag. Get you 2 pieces of white string tied up. Take it to a secluded area with the sperm in the bottle and a letter. On the letter, say, I break our spiritual connection. Do that 7 times on the letter. And then on the back of it, write it too, but make sure it's upside down, coming the other way. Then you get what I'm saying? So if you put, I break our spiritual connection, turn it around, upside down on the other side, I break our spiritual connection. When you turn it around, it'll be upside down on the other side. Fold it up, put it in the bottle, put it in the black bag with the 2 white strings around it, take it to the secluded area, throw it, don't look back, go home through the back door. Close that door. Burn a red and white candle. Put the red candle to the left of your front door, the white candle to the right, and let it burn all the way out.
What size? It doesn't matter.
Don't matter. Just make sure that it burned all the way out. You get what I'm saying? Because we not fighting in the physical. She's fighting you spiritually. This is why it's a mental thing. Everything starts here.
Right.
It don't start here. It starts here. So your sperm is your thoughts. Sperm is brain fluid. So this is why our children comes out and they act like us. Their characteristics is us. So what you have to do is you have to manipulate the time that you have with her. It's called time, what we call time manipulation or energy. Energy is time. Energy manipulation, because she has a hold of that energy on you through your child. And a lot of people won't go to the courts, but the courts is the process way of doing it. That's like saying, okay, well, I'm going to eat something healthy, but I'm going to go to court to do it. Instead of doing it spiritually, which is by mind. Everything starts with the mind. You get what I'm saying? So that's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to do it. Because, again, before you came here, you was already in the judgment hall, which is the moon. A lot of people in kemetic, they talk about the kemetic stuff on the wall, but they don't know how to really break it down. We're talking about the moon and the sun. This is your judge, this is your jury. You have one being the judge and one being the jury. So your case can be fought. So you use the earth on your side. I'm taking you to the earth. You taking the trash bag to the earth. And what's gonna do is the animals and all that stuff gonna get to it, and it's gonna take it back. No matter how long it takes for the animals to get to it, it's gonna take it back into the earth for you.
I'm saying, because I take heed to a lot of things that you put out.
Right, and what you just now said goes back to what we were just talking about the ritual I got coming up. We're gonna be in a whole new another universe. The person that you met in Richmond is it's gone back into a whole new another universe. He went to the future to bring things back to me. I'm gonna meet that person again that was in Richmond. But again, after this year, what we call a new year, this is a whole new universe. This is why the eclipse, what we call the eclipse, this is the retrograde of a new universe, meaning a new mind. Everybody going into a new mind that is so-called conscious on that level of energy and frequencies. Because they the universe is going to turn the volume up with the real sun, the natural sun and the moon. They turn the volume up. So that means that the volume and the frequencies of your brain is connected to the brain waves of the sun and the moon. So therefore, if your brain waves is connected with that, when that new year comes, you're going into that new universe. Even though you're going to be here physically with the same people who sleep,
right.
Your mind is not going to be here with them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to see you. They're going to be able to see you physically, but not spiritually or mentally. They're not going to be able to see you. So you're going to have to detox people now. We're talking about foods because the people will be more detrimental to your health. This new universe coming around than the food that we eat. Because remember that everything starts here. So everything that you eat first comes from there. No matter what you eat physically, you're not physical. This is what I tell the people in the conscious community. How you going to be conscious, but you're still admiring the physical part of you? Our ancestors never did that. They revered nature. Nature is not physical. Just because you see a tree don't mean that that's the tree. That thing that get the root in it, that's not the tree. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Right. That's just the mind of what you call in a tree. The root is not even the tree. That's just the mind that's connected to the brain, which you call a tree.
Now, let me ask you this question. As far as separating words, okay? I notice you say this a lot, that, the words do cascade. And we were existing prior to this, what we call English language. Right. So when you say you do a video and the words that you use in that video, are you consciously aware of the words that you're using, or is it just flowing?
Right. Well, it's flowing. I know where it's coming from. See, when you get to a certain frequency, your brain shut down. It opens up every once in a while, but half of the time I don't even know who I am when I'm speaking. I go back and look at my videos and I say, I don't remember saying this. So that shows that the many yous that I talk about is awakening. It's like you have the many yous in you that is awakening, meaning that I'm connected to other dimensions now where the many me's exist. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So your thoughts, people don't really understand. The things that I see will fuck people up. The conscious step in the that's not consciousness, man. If they only saw what I see, not through this, but through here, they would have a heart attack. This is why in the Bible they say God had to come in the physical. The metaphysics of that, I understand that Jesus didn't exist.
I wanna scream so loud for you.